Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community where millions come together to take their next step in their creative journey. With the Skillshare app available right at your fingertips, there's no reason you shouldn't learn a new skill, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. A reason why I joined Skillshare is because throughout the whole day, I'm thinking about a whole bunch of different stuff as far as filming and YouTube and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. I'm thinking about, I need to get a better shot of this, I need to get better B-roll, I need to take a better Instagram picture, and Skillshare is perfect for that because they have dedicated videos to each topic that I'm thinking about throughout the whole day. One class that I'm taking right now is Learn Basic and Easy Camera Movements for Cinematic Videos by Audie Singh. He goes over and shows you how to do basic camera movements for cinematic video B-roll. But with thousands of other classes on topics including illustration, music, design, freelancing, and entrepreneurship, there truly is a class for everyone. Skillshare is meant for learning, so that means there's no ads to interrupt you, and they're always launching new premium classes so that you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. The first 1,000 of my followers that click the link in the description below will get a 1-month free trial to Skillshare so you can start exploring your creativity today. What is going on, guys? Dippin Diesel back. We just finished up last video where we picked up the brand new NV4500. I've been moving everything over to here just until we can get to it. So we got the bell housing, cross members and stuff like that, transfer case. So we are gonna make eventually my second gen, my white second gen, a 4-wheel drive. But for now, we'll just have a Bluetooth front drive shaft on a 2-wheel drive truck, and it'll be all right. So here's the NV4500. I wanted to show you guys the difference between an NV4500 and an NV5600. So that is an NV4500 without the bell housing, and that is an NV5600 with the bell housing. Came out of a 2-wheel drive truck. So this does have the transfer case that goes with it, but just the body of it is crazy. We're not going to talk about that today. If you guys want to go see it, it's the last video of me picking it up, taking it out of the donor truck. But a lot of you guys were saying you wanted to see some videos on this white first gen. So Chase is over here, he's taking the exhaust down, and Colton has already made that charge pipe, intercooler tube. But Chase is working on the exhaust for this thing. And then Colton welded up this custom charge pipe. So like I said, it was gonna go to a 90, straight down to another 90, and into the intercooler. So, looking good. So a little update on the subscribers truck that I installed the injectors and the Quadzilla from.
He actually didn't get them from Diesel Auto Power. He got them from a different diesel store. But what you should do is go to Diesel Auto Power and get yourself some injectors and a Quadzilla. But what ended up happening, all the injectors were firing. The person that had the truck before him totally mangled the injector lines. I told him that as soon as I popped the hood. I said, hey, there's no brackets on these holding these lines together. They're all bent up. I went ahead and just put everything back together. And then tonight, me and Chase went over there. We brought him some new injector lines, put it on, and the truck was running awesome.
All right, guys, first gen owners, beware. Make sure that your hood latch cable is in. Don't shut the hood. Had to take the grill off. I'm trying to figure out how to get a screwdriver in here and pop this hood loose. But beware, first gen owners. I had to throw that in there because I'm putting it as a title. Me and Mike were talking when I first got this truck, and I accidentally shut the hood and I wasn't able to get it back up. We went and got a service van for his business, and we were talking, and he was like, first gen owners beware. So I got to put that as a title. So shout out to Mike for the title idea. But yeah, I can't get the hood open because there is no hood latch release cable in here. It is it's gone, and the cable's gone, so I can't get the hood up. But I'm gonna keep try to get this hood up with a screwdriver. I don't know what else to do. So first gen owners, make sure you have a hood latch cable. I guess it works for any other truck, because I've closed that hood before. You guys saw that, and I wasn't able to get it open. I've done it before where the hood latch cable came off of this truck and I had to bust out the honeycomb to get to it. So beware. All right, so if you get locked out of your hood, take your grill off and press up right there. I think that's what I did, and it unlocked it. So now we got the hood open, and we can get to work on the mess of wires and everything that is in this 12 valve engine bay, and try to get this thing started up, man. So I'm not sure what kind of hackery they got going here. I believe this is a fuel pump that they put in, like an inline fuel pump. If I take the power wire and the ground wire, oh, switch them. You can hear it click. I got nothing coming from the fuel pump on the engine. There's a line that comes behind. There's a line that runs from that fuel pump to the filter, and filter to the engine. But what is this fuel pump there? There's a line on the fuel pump that nothing is hooked to, and then this line right here, this banjo bolt fitting, runs behind there, behind and into I can't see in here. I think it runs into the filter, and that's not connected. So I have to figure out. I'm gonna take this out because I don't have the dang thing to, turnbuckle to hook to the throttle on the VE pump. So we'll just take that out for now so I can get all this situated and figure out what the heck is going on in this engine bay. All right, we getting fuel. Hook this back up. So I'm guessing that the fuel pump on the engine probably went bad. So that's why they makeshift their own pump, which this pump does not have a filter, does not run through a filter. So if you have any contaminants in your fuel tank, it's going straight into the engine. So I'm hoping that when they ran it, nothing went through this and got into the engine and ruined, or not into the engine, but got into the VE pump and ruined the VE pump. That'd be bad. Leaking anywhere else. I know it's leaking from there, but we're getting fuel, which is good. All right, boys, here we go. Our first ever crank. I'm gonna use this starter remote. Mike let me borrow this, so basically you put this one on the power on the starter, this one on the solenoid, and basically just jumps it like you're using a screwdriver to jump it. And we're gonna use that to start it. The key should already be in the run position. No lights are coming on the dash because I only basically have the fuel pump wire and the battery, and then the ground is just literally a ground. We'll see if I need to ground it to the body of the truck, but for now we're gonna see if this thing will crank. This battery should be good. It was charging for like 2 days, so we'll figure out if it's good or not. We'll basically just hook these up, set the ground on there, and then I'll grab the fuel pump wire, power, ground. Fuel pump is running, fuel is running. Here we go. All right, that's a good sign that the motor turns over. It's just not spinning fast enough. So I'm gonna get a good battery and then we'll try it like that. I need to find a new hose clamp. I'm gonna hose clamp these better, or just try to find a new hose that will go to both, so we don't have anything leaking. But the motor spins over. I checked the oil. It's black, but it's got oil. And then I filled up the radiator with just some water for now. It's looking really rusty down there, so we may have to get a new radiator for this thing. But I was trying to bleed it. No clue if the water pump is good. No clue if the alternator's good. I guarantee the alternator is all messed up. So we got a lot of wiring to do, but with just the motor turning over is a huge plus. Man. So now we know that. Man, Mike, you gave me a faulty ass clip, man. There we go. So just the motor spinning over is a huge plus for this build so far, because we weren't sure what kind of condition this motor was in, if it even would turn over or what have you. But come on, man. Dude, Mike, come on, man. You gotta give me something better than that. 3rd time's a charm, or 4 times a charm. So we'll get another battery and we will see what we can do. instead of getting a battery, we'll just throw it on the battery charger. 12 volt 40 amp boost. When we get ready to start it, we'll throw it on the 12 volt 200 amp start. So it looks like we got 12.30 volts, but I know something that will make it bust off, hopefully. It should be right. Oh, god dang! Man, I gotta clean all that up. The old starting fluid, baby. Oh, I'm dropping everything. We'll take this off. Don't need that on there. Oh, that turbo is seized up. Oh my gosh. That turbo compression wheel ain't moving. Dang. That ain't good. Oh man. I need something rubber. End of this pick, end of this. We'll take this. I'll take this. Dude, I don't know if you guys can see that on the GoPro, but that ain't moving. That did not want to move. I don't want to bend these fins, but I need to get this thing free. You know what will do it? Let's see, do I want to free stuck nuts and bolts, or do I want maximum protection, anti-wear defense? We'll do the penetrating oil from gunk. We'll spray that a little bit like that. A little bit of oil in the intake, don't hurt no one. See if we can get this thing free. How can I do that? That turbo, I don't see any wear. I guess ain't no wastegate on this thing. We can just take the turbo compression housing off and see what's going on with that. Okay, that's that penetrating oil that I sprayed on there. See why this wheel ain't moving? Oh, it's even more frozen. Oh. Hey! I'd say this thing needs some oil, man. It's looking like there's a little bit of wear right there. If not, that's, I don't know if that's factory or not, but spinning now. Not the best. This nut came loose. Don't know what to torque this at, man. Look, now it's stuck again. So I'm not too sure what's going on with this turbo. I'm gonna leave the airbox off, so when we crank this thing, you can see if that wheel is spinning or not. We'll just spray some ether straight into the turbo. Get this remote nice and handy. Throw that. Fuel pump's going. All right, it's wanting to crank off of ether, which is normal. Turbo ain't spinning. Well guys, that was our first attempt to try to get this 1990 non-intercooled 12 valve started. We got a couple issues. The turbo is not spinning, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk to Chase and see if they have a spare one that I can use for right now. I did crack a couple fuel lines and I was getting a little bit of fuel to the injectors. I don't know if the VE pump is good. That could be another reason why this truck isn't starting. As of right now, I'm gonna go ahead and let this battery charge completely, talk to Chase, get a new turbo for this thing, even if it's just a stock one. Throw that baby on there, get some air going, and then we'll do a deeper dive in another video. We will clean up a lot of the wires. Today's video was just the bare minimum to try to get this thing cranking and running. We got it to crank, but not to run. So that's a good sign, but also a bad sign that we couldn't get it to run because it could be the injection pump, which is pretty expensive. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos, and we will see you guys in another video for this non-intercooled 1990 12 valve Dippin diesel. Out.